Hi, I'm Alexa Rowe, and in today's interview, I'm joined by Lior Cohen, Senior Director of Cloud Security Products and Solutions at Fortinet, as well as Mark Loss, Chief Information Officer and Chief Security Officer at Warrior Invictus. And we're here to discuss the business implications of cloud adoption and the role that security plays in all of that. Mark is going to give us the customer's perspective, and Lior is going to share his insight from a cloud security products perspective. So welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so great to have you here. Lior, how are you today?
Pretty good, doing good, excited. Always an exciting topic to talk about cloud security and have a customer talk about that with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, are you ready to get started?
I am.
All right,
Ready to
let's
go.
dive right in. So Mark, my first question is for you. As you know, the cloud makes it easier for companies to focus on what matters to their unique business. Why is your business moving to the cloud, and how far along is Warrior Invictus in its journey? Tell us your story there.
Sure. So I joined Warrior Invictus about 18 or 19 months ago, and when I was brought on board as their first CIO, there were significant challenges within their day-to-day operations. While things were functional and we were in a good growth state, we weren't set up in a way to sustain our growth. And as I conducted my assessment, my goal was to get to an optimal environment. And we were able to very quickly identify certain things such as email and productivity related products. So we moved to Office 365. That was a quick, easy win. We started doing redevelopment of some of our applications in Microsoft Azure, and we also outsourced several applications and systems from outside our data center. I think we made the decision to divest where possible.
So Mark, from your perspective as a CIO and a CISO, tell us a little bit about the role that security plays when deploying different applications in different infrastructures. Are there any organizational challenges?
Yeah, there's several main challenges, and the first one revolves around security, legal, and compliance. We have to follow HIPAA for our medical business, and then we also have to focus on the Department of Insurance. We get audited frequently by every state that we conduct business in, and in the past they weren't really looking at information security, but everyone's making a big push in that arena. So what we've done is we've identified NIST as our benchmark, and we focus on becoming NIST compliant. That's not really something you achieve, but we focus as NIST as our guiding framework. And we also focused on our staff, because I think what a lot of people fail to understand is that you are running disparate systems in most cases, and it's very hard to find a single solution that has a single pane of glass where you can manage everything. And so we set out looking for partners to outsource with, where we could get that single pane of glass and provide a consistent, cohesive view of everything that's going on. So we had to deal with the legal and compliance side and the technical side as well.
Two big things, yeah, definitely. Lior, when you hear Mark talk about Warrior Invictus's journey to the cloud, how does that relate to what you're hearing from other customers in the industry?
So it's pretty interesting because a lot of what we're hearing from different customers are different stories and different journeys. And there seems to be a lot of heterogeneity in the cloud adoption and diversity, and different customers, different companies really leverage different pieces of cloud technology for different purposes. And some applications make most sense to be deployed as SaaS applications. Some make more sense to be kind of redeployed as on an infrastructure as a service type cloud, and some are just kind of totally rewritten from scratch and being kind of leveraging cloud technology. So a lot of heterogeneity here. What we're also hearing is that in order to provide and kind of give customers that freedom and that flexibility to really make the best decisions for their business, they do need some kind of a consistent framework, at least from a security standpoint, so they can really relieve themselves from the concerns of if I move my application to this platform or another, will I be secure, or do my security tools and capabilities follow with me? So what we're trying to do really as a company at Fortinet is give them that natively integrated set of tools in each one of these infrastructures, SaaS, all public cloud infrastructures, on-premise, and so forth, so they can manage them consistently across. And so I think I'm hearing the same thing from different customers, that it's all different, and really what we're trying to do and help our customers with that consistency across the different infrastructures is a very important piece.
So Mark, can you tell us a little bit about how Warrior Invictus's journey to the cloud impacted your security operations? Is it any different from the way you were managing security before adopting all this cloud technology?
Yeah, I think the impact has been pretty significant. You have to understand that in this specific organization, there was zero cloud, and there were some significant security challenges. Security was something that was important, but wasn't a key focus for our business operations. So with my joining the organization, one of my primary goals was to establish an information security program. And as we started to move to the cloud, that had significant disruptions to the business in the sense that we were migrating to different platforms. We had to essentially fix our internal operations and fix our internal approach to security, policies, procedures, all of those elements. And the orchestration of it really is what became very important. Moving to Office 365, for example, very simple, relatively easy to do. I think where it became even more impactful is when we started to move our production systems and applications off-site. And so we're starting from a greenfield in a sense that we had no vendor, platform, or system in place to allow us to manage our security. So when we were able to bring in a vendor like Fortinet, it provided us a single pane of glass, provided us capabilities that simply didn't exist before. And now we've been able to jumpstart our security program and really leapfrog a lot of our competitors in the industry and move significantly forward faster. We're also finding that Fortinet is able to integrate with this development within Azure. So as we migrate on our own pace and schedule into the cloud with some of our more complicated or challenging systems, Fortinet is able to move along with us.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how, when Fortinet was introduced, how that changed the business and the way things were running there?
Sure. Well, I think the key part of Fortinet as a partner for us was that I've worked with many different vendors, and they all have fantastic solutions, but it's looking at all of the vendors agnostically, looking at them as majority of what they did. You know, when we started with the network, switching, routing, firewalls, I'd say 80% of what they all do is the same. So that's table stakes. So we looked at that 80% and sort of just forgot about it. So okay, everybody's equal. So what's the 20% that's different? What does each vendor do that's significantly different? And when we did that analysis for our organization, Fortinet was significantly different in a positive way. Being a security company, first and foremost, really provided a tremendous advantage. All of the products, when you're talking about leveraging your firewalls, your switches, your routers, your wireless, all of your endpoints, your endpoint software clients, there's elements that plug into the cloud. Everything was brought together through the security fabric. And for us, that was a game changer. That provided us this single pane of glass, this ability, and I keep referencing that because it's very important, but it provided us a place where we could focus on all of our infrastructure components at a minimum and then extend out to services.
Great.